I'm Carmen.
And I'm Joanna.
And we want to introduce you to our podcast, Live, Laugh, Murder. On our podcast, I, Carmen, tell my co-host Joanna, say, hey.
Hey, girl.
I tell her a story, and it is not always true crime. We are true crime with a twist.
With a twist, like a twist. Got it.
The twist here is that sometimes the stories I tell Joanna are true crime, and sometimes they are the plot of a creepy movie. So listen in and join us as we tease Joanna to see if she can figure out which is which, because she is not the creepy movie buff or the true crime enthusiast.
Nope.
And can you figure it out as well?
Yeah.
So that's us. Join us, Live, Laugh, Murder podcast, and we love you.
You won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed.
Hey guys!
It's always
Every
the same
fucking time.
Hey Spielers! And welcome to... What?
Come on, that was good.
Hey Spielers! And welcome to a True Crime Podcast hosted by...
Me, Humberto.
And me, Jonas. And this week we have another Portuguese case for you guys. Because you guys seem to love these Portuguese cases.
And we do what you love.
Yeah.
So grab your glass.
Because the spilling is about to begin.
So before we start today's episode, we would like you guys to subscribe our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Every streaming platform that we have available, you can have the link on our Instagram account. It is a link tree. So you go there, you have all the streaming options that you can pick. Pick your favorite.
Yes, we are pursuing 100 followers. We are almost there. Thank you so much for those that are here.
And
Thank you
1,000 followers on Instagram, maybe more at this point.
Yes.
We don't know. We're almost there.
Be a part of the family and let's go.
Because spilling is not a crime. So this is a Portuguese case. You spillers seem to like it. And by the way, this is actually a redo. This was supposed to be episode 7 we recorded, but we didn't like the end result. So we decided to do it again because the case is good to talk about, and there is a lot of spilling to do. Also, disclaimer, to protect ourselves, we are changing the names of the people here because the man who did this crime is still alive. Help! Also, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. If you're ready, come and get it. No.
Also, if you feel offended by this approach for true crime, and if you are not the person up to it, that's okay. Please don't listen. We are funny guys. We do not in any way support this type of violence. We do not think it's funny that people are killed. We just want to have a good time and talk about this.
Since this is such a heavy subject, these crimes, we just wanted to be a platform where you can have all the crimes that you want to hear, but in a lighter way. That's also great. That's our mission, is to make you guys
laugh with us, not about it.
Yes. Or at us. You can also do that.
Laugh at us.
So this is the crime, and the story goes around Abigail, who is a man. Sorry. Divorced and a father of a minor girl, lived with his mother since April 2008 in a conflicted relationship. The man felt that his mother exercised physiological.
Psychological.
Yes,
What?
that's the word. I'm sorry. Coercion on him, that she tried to manipulate him against his father, that restricted his freedom, controlling him. Hence, he devised a way to end the mother's life, an idea that matured over several days and weeks. I don't know how to talk in English. I'm really sorry. I'm also dyslexic. Welcome to my life. Wee.
So we are talking about a 35-year-old man, guy, that went back living with his mother.
Yeah, because he divorced. He separated from his previous
French girl
woman.
And he now,
what is happening to me? I don't know.
And he now thinks that his mother is manipulating him against his father. That seems pretty cool.
Well, I've been there in some way. My parents would do that. I don't think
You
they
have a
were.
child in France?
What?
Do you have a child in France and was
No, no. But when my parents separated, they would send some messages through me to each other, and I was stupid and shared these. But when I was old enough, I stopped.
But I believe
That's something that happens.
happens.
Yes, if
That
the
happens.
divorce came and it was a bad divorce, that's gonna happen, unfortunately, to kids.
My parents are divorced too, but I used to spend the time with my grandmother from my father part. So, and she loved my mother, so all the messages were good.
That's awesome.
But I was a vessel.
Wow.
Not a vessel.
I don't say vessel. I say that I was a male pigeon.
Yes, that's it.
That's me. I got that name from
Yes,
my
people
grandma
think-
also. My grandma also told me that. No, I'm not gonna share this. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, the
Sorry.
case again. Let's go. So I hate my mother. I live with her, and I have to kill her. That's the thing.
To feel great about myself.
I cannot live. Like, you should have lived.
Can lead to live without you. So, Umberto, what happened? What was the crime? When was this started? Is this going great as episode as
Yes,
the
I believe
previous?
that we will win the award for chaos in this one. So this guy is planning to kill his mother for weeks, and this is the day. His
Yeah.
mother left the house.
Like she always did. She worked as a taxi driver.
Not anymore.
So what? Why did she leave?
Because she's a person and she wants to go outside. What the fuck? You work and then you retire and you have to stay home.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that she was working. I'm sorry.
And this was not during COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was actually in August.
in a time that
It was summer, so I believe that during the summertime here in Portugal, we have a lot of regional events like party. It's like Santos Populares. It's something Portuguese people do. And maybe she was going out with her friends. We don't know. We don't have information
Or maybe she
about
was
that.
just shopping to make dinner.
Sure.
Wherever.
Yeah.
So she went out and Abigail, AB, whatever you want to call him, was ready to put 40 pills for anxiety in his mother's milk.
Okay.
Because he knew that when she got home, she would drink the milk. And it was super hot, so she would drink a lot of milk.
She would always drink a glass of milk when arriving home. And Abby knew this. And again, this is what happened. I think this plan A, which you guys will notice that this is not the first attempt, but he tried to kill her with these 40 anxiety pills, or what the name I wrote here was anxiolytic pills.
It could be, okay.
What?
Yes, it could be that name.
Is it an anxiety pill?
Yes, in Portuguese, anxiolytics.
Oh, right. Sorry. But his first plan was to drug his mother into death.
Yes.
And during the night, thinking that his mother had drank the milk, which she did, Abigail went to the room several times to see if the mother was breathing, which she was. And also,
Did you visit your mother during her sleep?
yes.
Me too.
But
When I was afraid
I was petrified.
of being alone, and I was like, if I had a bedroom or something.
I actually did that only 3 times in my life. One of the
don't
times
know.
was to wake up my mother because I decided to take all the clothes that I have from my closet and decided to put it in the floor and said, "Hey, mother, look!"
Oh my god.
And then she hit my ass and she beat my ass and it was okay. The only other and the last time that I remember, it was because there was a gas leak
Yes.
in our house, but I didn't know that. And I was throwing up in the bathroom. And when I was sick, when I was young and sick, I would go to my mother's bedroom to say, "Hey, I'm sick."
Oh, you did good.
But when I opened the door, my mother was petrified in the bed with her eyes wide open, grabbing the sheets as hard as she could, and the window was a little bit opened. So it was really creepy, and I decided to ran into my grandparents, who also helped her. She threw up, and then we went to the hospital, where I threw up in the ambulance. Also, my mother threw up on the ambulance. And then we realized that was a gas problem that my mother
That's anxiolytic?
Yeah.
Or breathe?
Yeah, a lot of gas, and also she had pneumonia,
Pneumonia. Wow.
So I saved her. Thank
Yes,
you, thank you
save her.
so
So
much.
good, Jonas.
Where's my trophy?
I don't know. I woke up my mother pretty recently because I had COVID.
Oh yeah.
I decided to test for COVID at like 5 a.m. and then I went, Mother, I'm positive.
Oh my god.
And she was like, what? You couldn't wait for the morning?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm so nervous. I have COVID. What about now?
And 1 week
What
later.
about us?
And 1 week later, I got it too.
Yeah.
Thanks. But the murder ended up being committed in the next morning.
Mary woke up. So after being drugged, she was
like
still
this.
wake up to
Drugged.
Yes,
Oh,
she was
God.
pretty drugged, nauseated, dizzy, and very sleepy, of course.
She was kind of confused because she didn't understand why she was feeling this way.
Yes, and she asked for help.
She was like begging for help.
Like, Abby, help me. And Abigail obviously didn't help, and she fell asleep again in the sofa.
Yeah. So this is where we reach Plan B because Plan A didn't work, right? So Abigail covered Mary's face with a duvet. What's a duvet?
It is a blanket, like a kind of a blanket
Well,
thing.
why?
In Portuguese, edredom.
Wow. With a duvet and a pillow in order to asphyxiate her. But the woman resisted. And
The
she
woman
fight
was
to live her
strong.
life. She
She
was
was
fighting. I mean, I wish that if this was happening to me, I had the strength to fight.
Yes.
Because I don't know how it is to feel the way she felt, but I mean, you go girls, go fight for your life. Man,
And for me, the scary thing here is that this is the part where she realized what is happening.
yes.
Because she was
Yes,
drugged.
yes.
She was very confused.
She understood,
But now-
okay, I'm feeling this way
Yes,
because
because
something
it drugged
happened
me, yes.
in my milk. Don't
Yes.
drink milk, kids.
She fought for
Yeah.
her life, basically.
And Abigail failed again. So
Yes.
he came up with a plan C.
Yeah, so he went to the kitchen and he grabbed a chopper, a really big knife.
Sorry I'm laughing about this because you are expecting when you grab a knife, okay, he's going to stab her.
But he didn't. He grabbed the knife and he hit
The
her.
handle, with
Yes,
the handle.
and he hit her in the back of her head, basically.
Many times. And guess what, guys? He failed.
Okay.
She died punched by Abigail, which was plan D.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And this is so awful because in the podcast that inspired us to do this case, we can hear the sounds of
of
the
the
knife
beating,
and
yeah.
everything. It is a very immersive experience, a little bit too immersive for me, but we can recommend it. It's called Psicopatas Portugueses. It is a Portuguese podcast. It is good in some episodes. In this, I think it was too realistic for me. And this woman suffered for almost 24 hours.
Horrible. This was so horrible. And also, he tried 4 different approaches to kill her, and she was alive throughout this. And at the end, it was too much, I believe. Oh, hello. We are here to from France to have a break in this horrifying case. Do you know what what
happening?
but I wish you guys would watch our faces while talking about this. It would be so nice. It feels like we had some plastic surgery and now I'm talking British. I don't know why.
What the fuck? Just subscribe us. That is
Just
the
subscribe
message.
us, like, and give us suggestions on our Instagram.
And bye-bye.
Let's continue. France, oui, omelette de fromage, le baguette, la maison. Je suis très content. Oui.
This is like
I'm
so,
so
chaotic.
hot.
What
I'm
is
so
happening?
hot.
What
I'm
is
so
happening? I'm glad that you are editing this one. What this guy does after shows no respect for her mother whatsoever, no remorse. He's getting very visual, so if you are sensible, stop, go away, and come back for the next one. So the guy was in front of his mother. By the way, he went to sleep, killed her,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he went to sleep.
And then he was like, I'm not gonna bother myself
I'm very
with doing
tired.
this. So, because he had all these plans, so it was pretty exhausting.
Yes. So the morning after, he wakes up and he has a lot to deal with. He had to deal with all the mess that
The body was left on the
body.
sofa. On the sofa, covered by a fucking duvet.
What did this guy remembered? He decided to go in the kitchen and grab an electric knife. Do you own an electric knife?
No.
Yes.
That's for cutting bread, right?
Yes, I don't know, but I think it's...
It's horrible, anyways.
So he tried that for a couple of minutes and he realized that it would not work. Blood was everywhere and it was not going to be sufficient, basically. He tried to put her mother in the freezer, but the body was stiff and
It was
very cold.
Yeah, it was too big to fit.
Because it had passed, many hours had passed, so it would not work again.
So he had to come up with a different strategy, a plan E, per se. I mean, or plan Z. I don't know how many we are. Basically,
He's the king of improvisation.
Improv. Great.
Worked.
So he went out and he even went to buy an iron cutting saw and a pickaxe.
What did he did with the pickaxe, Jonas? Like he bought whatever.
But yeah, he used these new items that he purchased to separate arms, legs, heads, and torso and placed all the parts in the freezer.
Oh my god, you just ended up with like one page of my notes in 10 seconds. So, but that is the story. Okay. Chop the body and put it in the freezer. Let's go. And what it does after?
The blood-stained clothes were burned in the fireplace in the living room, and the saw was thrown into a nearby pine forest. Abigail still got rid of the sofa that was filled with blood, which he took to the dumpster again. Super clever.
Yes. Only in Portugal you can send a couch covered in blood to the dumpster and nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. He continued his life like usual, telling his neighbors that his mother had immigrated to France with her boyfriend.
And
Yes.
she was not coming back.
And we are again talking about places that we are going to visit this year. Like
We are.
we already recorded this episode,
And we said the same thing.
and we said the same thing. Then we
Yeah.
had to reschedule our trip because I had surgery, and now we are recording again this episode, saying that we are going to France again. Let's see if we do not have to record this a third time.
Oh my god. Basically, he was living for 10 months with his mother on the freezer and with his mother's pension money.
Yes, he was withdrawing the retirement money. He took a course, like
Yeah,
a
he did.
professional course or
What?
something.
Like-
It was like this is solved
But
and
again,
I'm
he
leaving.
stayed at the house. He didn't leave. He didn't do anything. He didn't even got rid of the body.
No, because it was solved. It was like this is done and now I'm living my life. He was planning for the future.
Now you're asking yourselves how
He got caught.
he got caught.
Because he got. So after several months, we are
10
talking about
months.
10 months. Apparently, some family was traveling to talk with Mary about some inheritance or something, and Abby's father here starting finding suspicious that nobody can talk to Mary. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
Where
because
is
she's
she?
so annoying. And
Yes.
how come I haven't heard anything from her for
Where
the
is
past 10
she?
months? Like,
And he decides to call the police.
yeah, and he did it right. Because the next few days, Abigail received an unexpected visit from the National Republic Guard in June 2009. Guys, almost a year. Almost 1 year
Yes.
after this crime.
And nobody noticed, like
Nobody.
Christmas, holidays, birthdays, anything, and
Not even a call.
Nobody looked for Mary.
Didn't he use his mother's telephone to answer to some people?
Yes, it
Oh my
was
god,
like-
he did. I remember that from the first attempt that we did on this episode. But then the guards asked for Mary, and Abigail, after a few attempts, told everything. And the body, amputated and decapitated, was kept in the freezer for 10 months.
Can you imagine being the cop opening that freezer?
Oh my god.
And knowing there is a body inside?
Seeing the head,
Yes. Oh my god.
the face.
This is like He could have, and we talked about other cases where you kill your mother, and that is an awful crime just by itself. But like, this guy showed no respect for his mother. Like
He didn't
doing
care.
that to the body after it's just.
Instead of leaving the house that he was living in, he could.
He could just go away.
Yeah, like
Like he was living on pity from his mother. Like
I mean, in 2009, the
Yes.
houses were way cheap than are now. They are so fucking expensive. I just
But he was 35, living with his mother. Like
I mean, it can
his
happen.
mother
Was awesome.
accepting him.
Yeah, it
Like,
was awesome.
Just go away.
So yeah, now we are on the trial, I believe.
I'll get into trial. People were screaming. Like in Portugal, we see this a lot in the news. Like when they are arriving to the court, people are screaming on the streets, and they were screaming like,
You should kill
"You
yourself.
should chop his head."
You should be the one on the freezer, not your mother.
And he says, "Do me that favor." So he knows what he did.
What a martyr. So during trial, we found out that although Abigail suffers from bipolar disorder, the court understands that he acted voluntarily and consciously when in August 28 he killed his own mother. The lawyer recalled that during the trial, Abigail chose not to give statements as he was under the effect of medication. However, the accused had already reported the murder to the police authorities. Remember, you guys? He told everything when he was caught. So they had that. And it was on the basis of that testimony and the reconstruction of the facts that the panel of judges applied the sentence. If Abigail had not cooperated, the investigation would have reached another level, defends the lawyer, which, again, how come these criminals have lawyers? I don't even understand.
They have to have lawyers.
I know, but it's like... And he left the warning. Abigail must first of all be treated. Right. But since the doctor who observed the accused was unable to determine the degree of decompensation at the time of the crime, the panel of judges concluded that Abigail was capable, and he was later sentenced to 18 years and 6 months in prison for aggravated murder and desecration of a corpse. Thank you so much. I rest my case. I'm leaving. Welcome to my TED Talk. This was a lot.
And that was it, basically. So he did an appeal, and after the appeal, he was considered not capable, so it was reassessed. And his sentence got reduced to 16 years, so
Great.
like 2 years of difference. Okay.
All right.
And you have some news from the present?
We got news from the present. News from the present.
While in jail in 2011, he jumped from the third floor roof of the prison, and he ended up with many fractures and went back to the hospital.
Again,
We don't know-
another plan that failed.
We don't know that. I
Sorry,
don't
not
have
sorry.
information if he recovered or not.
He did. But guess what, guys? So he was arrested in 2009, right? So his sentence was revised and changed for 16 years. If our counts are correct, he's probably leaving prison in 2025, which is 3 years from now. Also, something that I didn't know, and Umberto told me the first time we recorded this, so I'm going to try to sound as surprised as I was before. What happened to some prisoners that were supposed to leave early, like 2 years from when the pandemic started?
So when the pandemic started here in Portugal, they decided to release some prisoners. I don't know if this one was one of them or not,
Yeah.
because of the type of the crime. But some prisoners, in the end of their sentences, were released
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah.
Just to prevent outbursts of COVID-19 in the prisons.
Yeah, so we are not sure if he's out or still in prison, but anyways, he's leaving in 2025, in 3 years from now. So we are protecting ourselves, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. We are not using your fucking name. I hope you're not happy.
I just can imagine like the guy appearing and trying to killing you, and you say allegedly, allegedly, allegedly,
in the name of
allegedly, allegedly, please.
So yes, guys, another Portuguese case for you guys. You know, Portuguese cases are smaller than the other ones because Portuguese cases are really quick to be caught.
Thankfully.
Yeah, they are not clever.
Thank you guys. If you liked our episode, just send us some love. If you have suggestions of cases, tell us. And if you want to just talk about this case, just go ahead to our Instagram and comment on the post.
And get ready. And get ready. And get ready. We will have a wine and snacks pretty soon.
Yes.
Probably next episode, or I don't know when this is going to be posted, but it's going to be soon.
So, bye.
Do I sound like a Shakira?
No.
Okay.